Hi there folks. In this video tutorial, I'll take you through loops in Python, for loop in Python. So what actually is looping? Looping is nothing but the mechanism of iterating through sequence data types, which are nothing but string, list, tuple, and dict. So what is the need of looping? Looping is required to repeat an execution of a block of code a certain number of times. I'll try to give an example for each and every sequence data type. For example, string, list, tuple, dict. Before that, this was the syntax of for loop. So what does it mean was Python applies a looping. Python applies looping on each and every item of sequence type and assigns that particular item to this variable called I, and we are going to print that variable I. All right, let's open the Python interpreter and try to give an example for each and every data type. Alright, I'm into Python interpreter. I'll give example with two data types. One is string data type and one is list data type. Initially, we'll start with string data type. Alright, now I want to print each and every character of this string variable. So initially we have declared a variable called string variable and assigned a value string to this variable. Let's print each and every character by using for loop in Python. We have to give indentation of 4 spaces in Python. Right. So this was the intended output of printing each and every character separately by using the for loop. Let's apply the same logic, the same for loop on the list data type. Right. We have initialized a variable called list variable and assigned a data type of list with 2 items in it and which has a length of 2 items in it. If we print list variable, alright. Oops, we forgot the comma in that. Now let's print again. There you go. So we have 2 items in this list. Let's apply the for loop on this particular list variable. Now the intended output should be hello and wall should be printed separately as there are 2 items independently in the list. Alright, there you go. So this is all about applying for loop on different data types in Python. To repeat this for loop with another function called range in Python. Range is nothing but the built-in Python function which is used to create a list of numbers by the predefined number you will give in that function. Let's see an example for that. Let's print A to see what are the elements in that particular variable A. Alright, so it has created numbers from 0 to 9 with this built-in function. Let's print that each and every variable, every number independently. There you go. So this is all about applying for loops or a description of for loop in Python. Thanks guys. We'll try to look into another topic in our next video. Thanks very much.
Hi everyone, now let's have a look at while loops in Python. A while loop statement in Python programming language repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. And the syntax of while loop is like this. while, then the expression, then statements. And you might be wondering, what is this pass? Pass is a statement which do nothing. So if we want to declare a function, or we want to write a loop, and if we want to do nothing, then we can just use this pass like here. And now I will get rid of this because I just want to do something in this loop, and so that here the statement may be a single statement or a block of statements, and the expression or the condition may be any expression, and true is any non-zero value. The loop iterates while the condition is true, and when the condition becomes false, the program control passes to the line immediately following the loop. Now let's have a look at the flow diagram of while loop. This is the flow diagram of while loop, and here we will check for the expression here, and if it is true, then the conditional code will get executed, and after that we will check for the result, and if the condition is again true, then conditional code will be executed, and this will continue to do until the condition here becomes false. And if the condition is false, the program flow will go to the very next line of code. Here the key point of the while loop is that the loop might not ever run, and when the condition is tested and the result is false, the loop body will be skipped and the first statement after the while loop will be executed. So that the while loop is also called as entry control loop. That is, if the condition here is false at the beginning itself, then the program flow will not get into the loop. And likewise, we have an exit control loop also, that is called do while loop, and about do while loop we will be discussing in the upcoming videos. So now let's have a look at an example. So for that I will get rid of this codes, and I want to declare a variable count equals 0. Then I just want to loop through it with an expression count less than 5. Then I just want to print the count, and after that I just want to show that the while loop is get exited, and for that I also want to print a string which is just like goodbye or something like that, and I just want to get rid of this pass here, and I will just save this, and let's go to the terminal and run this program by typing python file.io.py. What's happening? Oh, I just forgot to increment, that's why it's happening. And it is an infinite loop, since the count is equal to 0 and the while count is less than 5, then it will always print the count. And in order to get out of the loop, just Control and C, and it shows keyboard interrupted. Just go to the code and add something like count equals count plus 1. Then it will show the actual result like this: 0 up to 4, and whenever the count equals 5, the condition becomes false, and this will get out of this loop, and the program control will go to the next line and it will print goodbye. And in the first case we had an infinite loop, because the condition inside this while loop is always true, like I won or something like that. So any non-zero value inside this while can make an infinite loop. So that's all about while loops in Python. So keep watching. Thank you.